Hello and welcome to another episode of TPK, the show so named so that if I do accidentally kill all of my players, I can just call it branding. Yes, welcome to The Player's Keep. Yeah. And speaking of those players, let me introduce you to them now. Right on my left, I have Debbie Gray and Pete Austin. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
And left on my right, I have Lisa Oliver,
Happy birthday.
and Kendall Boardman!
Consumable.
Oh, incredible. I am for now the one and only Jack Fletcher, but as we know, that can change at any time.
Also, we've just said happy birthday, but this is so far in the future.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
I know.
It's probably my
closer to your
birthday.
birthday,
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Kendall.
Happy birthday, Kendall.
Carry on.
By the time this airs, it'll nearly be my birthday, so actually...
Merry Christmas.
Thanks.
Happy New Year!
Merry Haverness.
And with that being said, let us not keep the players waiting.
No.
Let us not keep you waiting. It is time to enter the Players' Keep. In the last chapter of our story, the Dawn Takers went to school. Heading to the Royal Belladrinian Arcanic Research Academy, or the RBARA, they intended to do more research into the location of the Sword of Songs. They met a number of the staff and faculty within the academy, and they were taken around by a chaperone and shown to the upper libraries, where the group spent all afternoon poring over books, hours and hours, trying to find any semblance of information on this artifact. And as the evening started to set in, the group managed to find what they think could be a new lead. An artifact collector within the coastal road that was arrested for criminal associations, but a sword that was said to be in their collection was never accounted for amongst their possessions. Meaning that, if they are correct, the Dawn Takers have just found a piece of information that brings the sword within 1,100 cycles of history. Reinvigorated, some of the group left the library to go and try and acquire some magic items. And on their way, they ran into an old acquaintance, Arcanist Oknunut Obfu Ixka, and his travelling companion, Venyik Snowpelt.
Yes. Snowpelt?
Snowpelt!
Oh!
Oh my god!
No!
It's
What a
such a cool
fucking boss
name.
surname,
Venyik
man.
Snowpelt.
Can I marry into that family?
You're absolutely right.
Cricket Snowpelt.
Cricket the
Sure thing.
Snowpelt.
This white-haired Minotaur's
I'll get
so
shredded
named
by that.
because he has
He's
white
milky
hair.
white.
Yeah.
He must be taken to market.
Upon encountering the Dawn Takers, the Arcanist told them that he possibly had a job for them. And that is where we pick up now. I believe it is Willow, Cricket, and Sigismund as Boulder, who are making their way over towards the Royal Artificery, being led by Arcanist Obfu Ixka. As he travels, he talks not about the job immediately, but about your travels, asking you, so, my friends, what stories do you have of the road that you have been traveling on?
Well, and Ziggy's going to launch into a brief but detailed recent history of the Dawn Takers' adventures. And then there was a Medusa, would you believe? No, wait, we didn't know it was a Medusa.
Give the gap!
And then there was the snake-haired monstrosity that turned us all into stone 5 minutes later.
You encountered a Medusa.
A what?
A Medusa, a snake-haired.
called.
That's a very powerful magical creature. And you said she had what, pet basilisks?
Yeah,
two of them.
These big kind of... Well, I mean, I wasn't actually there. I got frozen by a little chicken. But, it was a chicken-looking thing.
Sensational. Sensational. You are far more accomplished than I had previously thought. This is good. This is very good.
And we made our way to Thrin, and
Yeah, no, and you continue
Exposition,
forward. You
exposition.
exit out.
We
of,
found a metal man. We called him Gootron. I don't think he was happy. He ran away.
You exit out of the central tower across one of these viaducts, the small bridges that link some of the structures within the academy, and over into the closest tower to the central tower, the Royal Artificiary. He leads you down a set of stairs and over across one of the floors and then up, and he keeps guiding you up and up to the very top of the tower.
Come on, Willow.
I hope this is the side quest because that fucking fucked me up.
This is why I do my calisthenics in the morning.
Entering on into this chamber, you can see a massive open space. Fairly low ceilings above you for what you have seen in the academy, roughly about 40 feet high.
Man, these ceilings are so tall.
I know.
I know, right?
The center of the chamber is open and clear of any furnishings. But surrounding the central space, you can see a ring of 12 workbenches, all of them facing into the center. The chamber extends up with beautiful masoned stone arches that all connect in the center. And beyond that, above those arches, you can see a glass and metal domed ceiling that lets in this evening light. The stone arches all connect in the center, but they do not come down and meet the floor. They cut off very high up in this column. And you can see surrounding that cut-off column what look to be stone shelving units that are not attached to the arch itself, but are floating in midair. There are a number of people in this room. It's not very busy, but there are a couple of individuals, and now and again they cross over to different parts of what looks to be an arcanic workshop. And sometimes they will move into the center and stop. And as they do so, you can see one of these shelving units float down to them. They sometimes place instruments back upon it or take something and then move off to their workbench. And the shelving unit rises up once again. The Arcanist walks over to one side of the room where two people are conversing. One is a goblin, bright yellowish green skin and a speckling of red spots up the sides of their neck this time. Bright yellow orangish eyes, mouthful of pointed teeth, nose similar to a rodent's, and high protruding cheekbones. You can see that comb-like frill on the top of their head, this time a deep dark brownish red. You can also see that this goblin actually has hair pulled back in a tight ponytail, and as this goblin is not wearing long sleeves, you can see that there is a streak of short, spiky brown fur that runs the length of their forearms. It's, the mic's moved and all of a sudden it's thrown my whole life out of whack.
Dramatic.
The other individual has their back to you, but you can clearly see, you would know this, you can clearly see that they are a drow. They are tall, lithe, a cascade of beautiful bright white hair falls down their back. Past their waist, this stark contrast to the dark purple skin. As they converse, Ocnanut of Fuixka speaks up. Professor. The goblin stops and turns his attention towards the Arcanist, as does the drow, and you can see them dressed in, now that they turn, this very fine dark blue waistcoat with like tan filigree, dark trousers and heeled boots, and they look at you three behind a pair of very delicate, beautiful gold spectacles with dark angular lenses. Ah! Arcanist of Fuixka. Good evening, Professor. I was wondering if I may steal a moment of your time. Yes, of course you can. One moment. He turns back to the student he was talking to. We shall leave this here for this evening, Dardoles. Good work, though. You are doing a fantastic job. Carry on as you see fit and then clean up your area when you're done. You see the student nod at the professor, take their leave, and walk back over to one of the work benches, nodding at the Arcanist as they go. The goblin, the professor, then turns their full attention to the Arcanist. Now then, Arcanist, how can I help you? Professor, I would like to introduce to you some old acquaintances of mine. He turns and gestures to you three. Professor, may I introduce just some of the members of a mercenary group I have worked with in the past. Nowadays, I believe they go by the Dawn Takers. Dawn Takers, may I introduce Professor and Chief Artificer Abonanza Griglyknot. A pleasure.
What a
And he
name.
nods.
Stunning.
Do you know someone called Alzafar?
Yes, he's my cousin!
What's the name? Say it one more time.
Abonanza Griglyknot.
Griglyknot.
Griglyknot, Abananzar, Griglyknot, Griglinot. Professor,
I got that so wrong.
Professor, I do believe that with the presence of this mercenary group here in the capital, we have found the perfect people to take up your task. Abonanza looks at you all, and certainly you two see his eyes widen ever so slightly with a little fleck of excitement. Really? These individuals have previously worked for me, without my even knowing it. They assisted a group I had originally hired to carry out a certain task, and that group had all but perished in the process. These individuals, however, managed to take up that task and see it through to completion, with immense satisfaction on my part, may I add. If anyone will be able to carry this investigation out, it will be them. Well, that sounds incredibly promising, Arcanist. That's delightful. You said that only some of the members are here presently. Where are the rest? They are still in the upper library, Professor. We can send for them immediately, if you wish. And as we wait, we can talk business. They were with Illicent Forsyth when I came across them. Yes, perfect. Very good. And you see Abonanza reach onto his wrist to one of those stone-beaded bracelets that you've seen. Illicent, this is Professor Griglyknot. The individuals you left with Arcanist Obfu Ixka. They had some companions still researching in the upper library. Could you please fetch them and escort them to the Artificery's top floor workshop? Thank you. Wonderful. Whilst we wait, some introductions. Hello. As the Arcanist has said, my name is Professor Abonanza Griglyknot, and you are?
Boulder.
Boulder. Very nice to meet you, Boulder. Yes.
My name's Cricket.
Cricket. Hello there.
I'm Willow.
Willow. It is lovely to meet you all. How many more of your entourage are we to be expecting?
Just two.
Two.
Yeah, Tony and Sadie.
Tony and Sadie. Wonderful. Marvellous. 5 in total. Okay. Well, whilst we wait, I will at least explain to you what we want you to accomplish. Across the country, Iron Guard go on scouting expeditions, going almost everywhere to ensure the safety of the country, operating within cities and also outposts and forts. This I am sure you are aware.
Can I roll an insight?
Yes, of course. What are you trying to insight?
I just want to know if they are saying this because they know they are in a city that is run by the Iron Guard, or is there like a hint of sarcasm, or...
Yes, okay, yeah.
I just want to see
Give me an insight check.
Their view on the Iron Guard. 21.
21. There is no hint of malice or satire to what they are saying. They are just giving a very matter-of-fact rundown of something that they assume you already know.
Yes, so nothing to be read.
Nothing untoward, nothing to be read intimately into what they are saying and how they are saying it. Now, there are scouts that travel up to the Grey Plains to the north from the capital, but as part of the agreements withheld between the Monarch's Ring and the tribes of the Plains, there are no outposts within the Grey Plains. So scouts only travel so far into those lands. The rest of the reports that we receive, we get pertaining to activity within the Grey Plains from travellers moving to and from the city of Tremavarn, again to the north. Recently, a number of reports have come in that are of a particular interest to us. The majority of the reports have spoken of great bestial roars coming from Black Valley at the foothills of the Argadorn summits. Now, no such reports of this kind have come through for cycles and cycles. So from these reports, the Academy Council believe that a dragon has awoken from its slumber. There is only one catch.
Hold on, please. Sorry.
As you may know, Black Valley is so named because that valley is entirely Blightland.
Ooh.
Now, we know very little about Blightlands as is. However, most information concludes that whatever creatures reside beyond the boundaries of such places, they do not care to venture outside of those perimeters. However, dragons are extremely powerful magical creatures and not like meager beasts that crawl and slither along the ground. If this beast is, in fact, draconic in nature, the usual limitations of the Blightlands may not apply to them. And should that be the case, we have no idea what that could entail for us. We cannot take that chance. The heads of staff here at the Academy would like to enlist a group to venture up into the Grey Plains and over to Black Valley. We would like you to venture into Black Valley and find whatever beast has awoken within. Once you find it, we want you to terminate it and bring as many samples of it back for study. For this, the Monarch's Ring is prepared to offer up a total of 150,000 gold pieces. In addition, if this creature is in fact draconic, you will have full refusal over any treasure it may have hoarded, presenting a potential bonus benefit should you be motivated to acquire it.
The last time we were in the Blightlands, it was an ancient city. There was a lot of old historic value there. Are we to be expecting something like that as well, or is it more of a plain?
We do not know a lot about Black Valley, but we are fairly certain there are no ancient ruins of civilizations within the valley.
Can I make a quick history check?
Yeah.
To see what Siggy might know about dragons?
About dragons?
Yeah, just in general.
Yeah, give me a history check.
Fucking.
We got fucked up by wyverns.
14.
14, you don't know a lot. The only real things that you know are more to do with tales of historic dragons, like the white dragon that Golda Freakreach fought. Mm-hmm. It is also rumored that there is an ancient silver dragon that watches over the cradle of the Messenjord in Esheim.
Oh, cool.
But you don't know more than that. It's tales and hearsay and a little bit of ancient history wrapped up in myth.
Yeah. Okay. 1 second. Sorry, go on.
No, by all means. Is there anything else anyone would like to check or roll in this moment? In which case, as Professor Griglynot comes to the end of this job offer, Oknanut speaks up. Professor, our friends here were on their way to the artificery already in order to purchase some enchanted articles. If possible, we could potentially give them a small discount to further their chances of success. Yes, that will be more than acceptable. 50% of the pot will be paid up front for you to acquire wares, and the other 50% will be given upon completion of this job. Should you bring back articles from this creature, whatever it may be. The more you bring, the better for us. But we will at least need some semblance of proof of completion.
Having never seen a dragon before, do you know specifically what you want brought back? Do you want a beak? Do you want a foot?
Well,
I don't think dragons have beaks, right? Or I don't know.
The most common dragons do not. No. Metallic and chromatic dragons not usually seen without beaks. There are some beaked wyverns, which are draconic creatures, but not the same type of beast. Dragons are far more powerful, far more intelligent, and far more deadly.
Oh, and you want us to potentially hunt one and kill it?
Yes. We recognize the gravity of this task, hence why there is such a coin attached to this job.
May I ask, has anybody been scouting this location before? Is there any other information you can give us? Or
Unfortunately not. Very rarely do people make expeditions into the Blightlands because of the nature of such places. Yes.
Well, I mean, I only ask because supposing it is a dragon, am I right in saying that not all dragons are bad? What if it's a nice dragon who's like, hey, I just woke up from a nap?
Yes, and by all means, if that is something that you should stumble upon, we would ask you to learn as much as you can of that. But from what little we know about Blightlands, the denizens within are not usually friendly. And they are not usually... They do not resemble kin from outside of the Blightlands. This is one reason why we want you to bring back as many articles as possible so that we can study what effect Blightlands might have on such a magically potent creature. In addition, Arcanist Ofu Ixka would specifically like to request that you gather the blood of this creature, not only to study the effects the Blightlands can have on it, but to further their studies of blood magic.
How much do you need?
As much as you can collect, but we will provide you with articles specifically to collect that sort of material. So we will give you that as part of the equipment for your expedition.
We've got a bag with more space on the inside than on the outside, but I don't know, it might be getting full.
Yes, we will be providing you with additional equipment such as those extra dimensional bags in order to kit you out for this. So we will be able to provide extra storage space.
Well, we ain't accepted yet. We'll speak to the rest of the group.
Yes, by all means,
but,
we will wait for your the rest of your party to get here, and we'll fill them in. But then, as soon as that is done, we can take you down to the lower vaults and sort of get you kitted out. Yes.
I'm going to turn to the Arcanist. Full disclosure. You think we can do it?
If I'm being honest, my little friend, I do not know. But, were I a betting man, it would be you I choose to place my coin on.
Okay. We can do this. No problem.
There might be one or two problems, but we'll try.
We will try and
Maybe.
give you as much equipment as we can to help you overcome said problems.
We appreciate that. I mean, as the little guy said, we need to speak to the rest of our group first.
But of course, by all means,
And
they should be along shortly, and we will cut over.
I think
because
the whole way through that
No,
conversation.
by all means, before we cut over.
Like a you guys are going to make a funny sound about this, but a throbbing.
Yeah.
No,
No, they're all
great.
good.
We're locked in.
Sadie
Locked in, brother.
keeps
Yeah.
coming up in Willow's brain, and little like flashes of Sadie hugging Corey and Sadie hugging Gwen and Oz and Dusty, and Willow's just like aware, but that's just going on in the inside.
Those memories, those conversations that you've had,
Yeah,
and every detail just resurface.
yeah, but also is aware of how much money this is, and knows full well that Sadie will probably say yes, because more money means a better life for the family that hasn't had a good life for a while.
We shall see what she says in just a moment. Whilst this has been going on, Antonia, Sadie, you have been in the upper library still. You were researching bits of information about the moons, the gods that watch over them. And Antonia, you had just recollected the name of a very sacred city called Moonwater.
Yep.
In these moments, what are you two still doing?
I don't know. I think still just looking through the books and researching. I think since discovering that and kind of confirming her suspicions in her brain and putting two and two together about the previous vision and the death vision and all of those assumptions, Tony is just kind of like slightly in her own head, but you would have seen her before when you were researching. They were researching together that she fucking loves it. Like, you can tell that she was probably like a really good student. Gives that vibe of like, and she's telling you about everything from the books as we go, and yeah, chilling researching.
I think Sadie recognizes that studious enthusiasm and relates to it a lot.
Yeah.
And if it does look like Tony is going into her own head, I think Sadie will interpret that not to do with what she's reading, but with everything else that's going on. And I'll just try to get her out of it by asking different questions about Haverin, because she sees how much Tony lights up when she talks about that.
Amazing.
So yeah, just trying to take your mind off of what I think you're thinking about.
Yeah.
But just
Incredible.
questions about Haverin.
You only sit there for another 10 minutes, maybe 15, before Illicent Forsyth, the chaperone that you are now accustomed to, comes back over asking you to follow her as you have been summoned by Professor Griglyknot to the top workshops of the Royal Artificery.
Do we know where you guys went? I can't remember.
We said we were going off to get.
We said we were going to the Royal Artificery,
Yeah.
to get magic
And that's
items.
where we've been summoned.
And that's where you've been
Right,
summoned.
Okay, cool. Okay, no red flags then, that's fine.
No.
I was like, oh no.
It's bizarre.
We're in
that
trouble.
You've never heard of Professor Griglyknot, and you've no idea why they would be summoning you.
Yeah.
But you're going to the same place that your group was.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Illicent guides you from the upper library, thanks the librarians, the clerics of knowledge that work here, and they start clearing away your books, and you are guided along the exact same path that the other half of your group took, until you are all stood in the workshop at the very top of the artificery. You three, after the job has been put to you and that discussion has been had, only wait maybe 5 more minutes max. It's a very short walk and you were not there long before these two were summoned. Is there anything that you would like to do in that moment in particular?
I think Siggy might take the Arcanist aside real quick.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that, the expression knowledge is power. Mm-hmm. This place is pretty powerful. And if we're bringing back information on a potentially super evil creature, I just want to make sure that that guy, those people aren't going to be using that information for evil means.
I understand, but I can assure you that the ethics of this academy are stalwart.
All right.
Their want to study this creature is for the benefit of the country, so that should more of these instances occur, they have a better understanding of what could potentially be happening.
Okay.
If a creature such as this... Dragons are not to be trifled with. There are very few of them left in the world, and even that is more than enough for us to contend with. The older a dragon, the bigger its horde, the more powerful. A dragon, if that is even what this creature is, a dragon affected by the Blightlands, who knows what that could mean for this country, for this continent. It is imperative that we understand more.
That's exactly what I'm afraid of. I don't want to come back here and find out that some kooky old wizard has created a disease out of this dragon's blood or something. I don't know.
Well, rest assured the blood is for my studies. Draconic blood is very potent in magical potential. Now, this will be tainted by whatever arcanic effects have been prevalent in those Blightlands, but even with that, there are things to be learned. Okay. The rest of the materials that you gather are more for the branch of archaeozoology here at the Academy.
Okay. Well, I trust you. And you clearly trust these guys, so by extension, I trust them.
And I trust you, Balder, and your friends.
Yeah, too.
Dragon.
Yeah, Siggy's hand goes, no. It's not the right time.
Wait.
Cool. All right. Well, if we don't die, we'll bring you back some blood.
I surely hope that you do not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too.
About this time, these two reconvene, and Professor Grigley-Knot, with the help of the Arcanist and your group, fill you in on what is expected of you.
Staring at this Minotaur.
Yeah,
I'll be like,
Come on.
As you stare,
Not in like a
don't you worry.
Yeah.
You're all good. You're all good. As you stare, you do also look around and clock some of the other students that are in this place. The drow catches your eye. They are still finishing up their work across the workshop. And all of you have seen that as more people start to congregate in this area, a couple of students sort of look up, pay a little bit of attention. Their interests don't last too long. You imagine that you are not the first people of your ilk to have been seen here, but there is a noted curiosity. The drow, having seen you three before, doesn't pay nearly as much interest. However, when you look at the drow, there is an icy spike that grows in your chest.
You have a wig on, right?
you recognize this person.
Uh-oh. Spadudios.
Cool beans.
This is Zalacorin Dardolis. They were a first-year student when you initially applied for your scholarship. They were one of the 3 students that made your short time here at the academy a nightmare and eventually resulted in your decision to abandon your scholarship here entirely.
What? Let's go fuck them up.
It seems that they have continued their studies in artificing and they are now across from you in this workshop.
You.
What?
You did study here.
Yeah.
Not really.
Yes, I know.
Bro.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna ignore it.
Okay.
Pretend like I don't recognize them.
Would any of us
let's fuck
clock
'em
that
up.
stare? Or?
No. And that stare that Sadie was giving was at Venyik.
Yeah.
It was just as Sadie got into the room and looked around, that individual immediately caught your eye.
Pursuit of scholarship.
Yes.
Yeah. I was like, I didn't actually. Yeah.
You didn't get
It was
to
the
scholarship.
application
Yeah.
process for a scholarship.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Put my
All right.
pitchfork down.
Liar!
Sorry, what?
Well, I was just going to say, before all of that, so it's not metagaming at all, as more people come in and knowing we're with Wanted Criminal and this anyway, I was going to turn to the goblin and be like, shall we head down to the vaults now then, so we can...
Yes, if we want to get started
Yeah,
straight
it's getting a bit
away.
crowded in here, so...
But of course, wonderful. Now, if you would be open to the idea, I think that this would be a perfect opportunity for us to field test some of the newest inventions of some of the students, if you wouldn't mind. So we'd be
Good
providing.
students or bad students?
They are some of my finest.
Insight
yes.
check.
Yeah, by all means, insight check.
They're the duds.
33.
33. He's very, very, very proud of these students. You see Abananza turn around and look about the workshop. And as he looks around, he then spots the student he's been looking for. Talaga, come here for a moment, please. And you look over and you see a bullywug, a brown and tan speckled toad-like species, pale cream coloration to the throat, big hazel brown eyes that just look at you with these massive black pupils. They turn around and head over. Do you know each other? to the professor. Willow, you can't ask that.
Is that a cousin of yours?
This is one of my 3rd year students, Greyfor Talaga. Talaga, would you please put away your work for today and join me in the vaults? I would like you to display some of your work. Thank you. Oh, and bring Dardolis, would you? Thank you.
Oh, no.
What was that?
Kendall.
I'm instantly reminded of that.
She's speaking.
She's speaking Bullywug.
I didn't know you spoke grung.
I assume by the stare that they recognize me.
The drow has not looked up at you yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
They originally had clocked these 3 because they were speaking to Professor Griglynot when they entered, and so as you came in, they were far more disinterested than the other students.
Okay, cool.
So they have not clocked you yet, but now Talaga is going over to clean up their workspace, and then they are going to get Dardolis, and they are both going to accompany you down to the vaults.
Okay.
Can I ask a quick question? Because I can't remember. Did we come up with a fake name for you?
That's what I was going to ask earlier.
I believe you did,
Because if I did...
but you did also... Go on.
But Ben forgot,
yeah.
so
Okay.
Willow wouldn't forget because she's a lot wiser than I am.
That is
if,
fair.
If we had come up with a name,
Stacey!
Willow would have said-
Stacey.
It was
Stacey.
Oh my
but
god,
she
it
would have
came, like I was like,
It's in my notes.
I remember it.
said- She would have said Stacey.
Okay. Stacey.
I'd like to
No.
argue that Willow would
You
say-
are very much aware of the danger that Sadie is in here.
Yeah.
So Stacey. Okay.
As
Yeah,
we
I can't
walk.
remember if I put the wig on or not. I really
You
Yeah,
did.
you did.
I did.
Do you have the wig on?
Thank
You
God.
you did set yourself up in disguise.
And you've got a glove
Right.
on your hand as well.
Yeah, and Jack. Yeah.
And
It's
painted.
fine. It's fine.
Oh, good, baby.
Siggy.
As we walk,
kill
yeah, I'll introduce the Arcanist and Veniak to Stacy. Arcanist, this is our friend Stacy. We met in Thrin. Stacy,
Hi.
Arcanist of Fuixka.
You didn't tell me your friend's an Arcanist.
What?
That's really cool.
yeah.
Hi.
Hello there.
Nice to meet you.
It's very nice to meet you too.
I
You
also
are...
said all of that in the correct accent.
That's
Yep.
fine. You are the newest addition to the Dawn Takers that I
Correct.
hear. Yes. For your benefit, Lisa, because you have not, Sadie has not encountered this person before. You see a Nubisian, almost pushing 7 foot tall, black skinned, completely hairless, jackal faced creature. Beautiful gold makeup adorns their eyes, and they have a couple of gold piercings in these long ears. And they're wearing this beautiful, long, like tunic like robe of a deep red color. Yes, you say you met in Thrin.
Tilly Creek.
Tilly Creek.
Oh yeah, sorry. Siggy would have said Tilly Creek. I'm so sorry.
At a certain point,
That's
I'm
your
gonna
last.
have to...
That's your last
Wow.
game.
But we
Spend the spell slots.
bonded in Thrin.
You bonded in Thrin.
Yeah.
You have been to many, many different places since I last saw you. And you're looking stronger for it. How is Nakani and Matthew faring?
Yeah, they're good. I believe they're in Tilly Creek.
Wonderful.
Last we heard, Nakani was setting back off to Tilly Creek with an important package for us.
Marvelous. Well, I hope they are okay.
Yeah, I should really send to her.
It can be difficult to remember those sorts of tasks when you're on the road and when you are working.
And when you're dead.
And you walk down, and Abonanza guides you out of the workshop and down the entire height of the tower, and down into one of the basement levels. Here you are led down a very short flight of steps into a small, low-ceilinged antechamber. Before you is a door, hewn from what looks like stone, though you can see that the majority of it is this like royal blue colour, as if it had been dyed. There is also a copperish metal that adorns the edges, and 2 bands of this metal extend down towards the centre, meeting at a large copper-coloured metal circle. On this piece of metal, you can see the crest of the Academy that has been worn by the receptionist, TPK. You can see Oknanut wears a crest and Abonanza wears a crest as well. You can see that that star emblazoned on what looks to be almost like a shield and an eye. And on some of them, you have seen that there are like smaller stars. Ah, there you are. You've got
There it
that
is.
there.
That's what it looks like.
Abonanza Griggly Knot is the only member with a crest that has all 3 of those small stars.
Students have the crest at all.
Students do have the crest as well, with no stars on.
Cool.
Do I know what the stars mean?
Yes, basically those stars are the levels of import and access within the Academy.
Cool.
You would know, what is about to happen, and you would all see that certain crests gain you access to certain areas. Mm-hmm. And this is demonstrated as Abonanza walks up to the door and presents his crest to the metal circle. The metal bars that are down, that extend down to the center, shunk forwards, and the door swings open. And he enters on in. Inside, you can see a fairly empty chamber, not too dissimilar in its layout from the workshop above that you found yourselves in just before, though it is smaller in size, and obviously, as you're in the basement, lacking that grandiose glass domed roof. There are a number of worktops in this room, though fewer in number. They are smaller, they are simpler. The big difference to this space, and one that you all easily notice, is that lining all of the walls, you can see a number of stone alcoves, like stone shelves, about a foot in height and maybe 2.5 foot in length. Each alcove is filled with a stone box of some description. It's almost the exact size of the alcove it's in. The chest is the same blue colour as the stone door, though its edges are not coated in that copper metal, but in a pale beige stone. The copper metal is still present, however, as in each alcove, a similar mechanism to the one on the front door, the front of the door, those bands of metal that extend into the centre, is emblazoned with the Academy crest in front of each individual chest. Talaga, Dardoles, fetch your chests for me. Start setting out some of your wares, if you may. He turns to you all. This is where we store our entire stock of enchanted wares when they are not being shipped out for immediate sale. Here the students can also store their projects once they have finished them so that they may study them and learn from them in later years. Dardoles is an incredible enchanter and will do great things for this country. Talaga is also very bright. They are trying to specialise in a number of survivalist items, some of which I think will be perfect for your group, particularly on this expedition. I will go and get some items that I also think might be pertinent for you if you just wait here with the Arcanist for a moment. And you see that Talaga and Dardoles go over to one very specific chest each, and those metal bands open, and the entire metal artifice shifts over to one side, and the chest levitates out, and with hands on either side, not touching it, they bring it forward and place it on one of the work benches, sorry. They open the chest and reach in, and you can notice they reach in way further than the height of this chest and start bringing out certain items. Abananza does the same with a couple of different chests. And now, Dawn Takers, you get to go shopping.
Yay!
So, for
Just
the
me then.
sake of brevity, what would the Dawn Takers ask for?
Okay, 3 things. So, I think Siggy would ask for something to improve his armor class.
Yes.
He would ask for something to potentially make him larger.
Yes.
And he would also like to maybe speak to
Platform shoes.
physically larger, like one size larger, like
I can do that.
the enlarged spell, basically. Yeah, but without having to spend spell slots or anything, and so he can do it himself.
Don't worry, I haven't got spell slots.
Oh, yeah. And I would also maybe like to sidle over to Dardoles and have a quick chat with him to see how quickly he might be able to enchant my loot. Whether or not that's any different from the enchanting rules we discussed before.
Okay, so you
Howdy.
are presented with an item called the Boots of Giant Stature.
Yes.
Which very briefly they will allow you to cast enlarge on yourself, and I will give you if that's something that interests you, I will briefly go through this, and then if that's something that interests you, I will give you a further description.
Okay.
Enchanting the loot is possible.
Okay.
They can do it if you want it in as they can do it for 17,000 gold pieces.
Cool.
But that will then allow them to enchant it in 6 days.
6 days. Wow.
6 days.
Okay.
That is with multiple casters involved and multiple ingredients used. That's why it's so expensive.
Okay. Yeah.
They do make a point that they will not start enchanting this until they get a message from you that the job has been completed and you are on the way back, because they don't want to expend resources, time, and money
If you die.
If I die.
if you die. So unless you're willing to pay 17,000 gold up front that you have on your person now, because that will not be part of the 50% that they're going to give you beforehand, because that will just be wasted money to them. Do you know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah.
For such a specific item.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
But that's it. You do get presented with a +1 shield. You do know that will prevent you from using your wraps.
Yeah.
If you use that. That's the only thing that boosts your AC. So I'll let you sit on that for a moment.
Okay.
Just so as you're aware, the half that we're getting will be 15,000 gold each for the down payment for the job. So just add
That's
that
just
to,
the down payment.
Yeah, but we'll get it each. So add in your brain, add 15,000 gold to your thing in a second.
Yeah.
But just so you know, with money
Was
and
it
stuff.
150,000?
150,000 gold pieces,
Okay.
but you're only getting 50% of that up front.
No,
the
I'm with you.
rest of that will be,
I'm right, yeah?
Yeah, you're
Yes.
right. Yeah.
Cool.
Lovely maths, Ben.
absolutely.
Calculators are 4.
Yeah, baby. Cricket.
Listen, my bow is very important to me, so I don't want to change this, but I also can't do magic with it. So I was wondering if there's a way you can make my arrows magic or my quiver magic or something. I don't know.
Abernanza takes you over to Talaga, who specializes in survivalist items, and he sets down a number of different items. One of them is a very, very simple item, and it is called the Everlasting Arrow. It is a metallic magical arrow. It is a common item. It deals magic damage for the purposes of overcoming resistances and immunities, and it does not break and can always be retrieved when shot if found.
Okay.
Nice.
That is not the only thing that you are presented with. You are also presented with, let me find it. Quiver of Repeating Shot. It is an uncommon item, holds 40 pieces of ammunition in an extra dimensional space. A creature wearing this quiver can take a piece of ammunition out just by thinking it, and when that piece of ammunition is immediately shot, if it does not break, the ammo is then returned to the quiver
cool.
safely
That's
at the
dope.
end of the turn, ready to be used again. Thus, you don't need to go searching for your arrows. So with the Everlasting
If
Arrow...
it hits, did you say?
No.
If it doesn't
If
hit?
it's shot.
If it's
so
shot.
So you can't, like, take out the arrow, leave it somewhere, and then it come back. You have to shoot the arrow and make an attack roll with it. But if it's shot, it then comes back to the quiver.
Nice.
So with the Everlasting Arrow, a common and an uncommon item, you'll basically have one arrow that will bounce back and
Would
forth.
that be the same for? Sorry, would this? Where am I? There we go. Would that be the same for if I made a whistling arrow or if I made a grappling arrow? Would it do the same job?
So long as the arrow doesn't break. So from now on, usually if you go looking for your arrows, there's like a percentage chance that they'll break, and you sort of like roll that at the end. Every time you make a shot, just roll a D100. If it's below 25%, the arrow breaks. If it's above 25%, the arrow is back in your quiver.
Oh, cool.
Yeah? The final thing that you are presented with on the arrows is a very small, curved little knife. That is there. This is called Fletcher's Fantastic Whittling Knife.
You have to get yourself in that, didn't you, Jack? Sorry.
Fletchers make arrows. This isn't me.
Oh, yeah.
This is absolutely Pete. This isn't me serving my own ego.
Oh,
So
no,
I don't
no.
blame you.
Make me a deception check.
At disadvantage, yeah. You see this beautiful little curved metal whittling knife with this beautiful like rosewood handle, and inlaid into the handle are 3 tiny pieces of amber. Essentially, when you make an arrow with this whittling knife, you can expend one of the 3 charges and roll a d6. whatever you roll denotes the extra d6 of elemental damage that you will deal with that arrow. You've got on a d6, you've got fire, cold, acid, poison, thunder, or lightning. On a hit or a miss, once the arrow leaves the bowstring, the primal magic is expended and the arrow cannot be retrieved. So you have to keep making arrows, and you can only make 3 a day, but they deal magic damage and an extra d6 of some form of elemental damage.
That's dope.
So that's what you get presented on the arrows. I'm going to go to someone else. That's not to say there's
Oh, sorry.
there's other stuff you can get, but I'm going to try and ping across.
No, that's grand. That's grand. Thank you so much. That's very
You're
cool.
quite all right, my darling. Sadie.
Try not to look sheepish.
Yeah.
Protection.
Anything protection based. There is a +1 shield. They could do some braces of defense. You don't get presented with these because of the wraps.
Already got the wraps, yeah.
You could. There is a cloak of protection as well. It's a bit expensive, but it's expensive, but that could be doable.
Okay. Yeah, probably not strong enough to carry a shield.
A shield you could carry.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't think I'm a shield kind of gal.
That's fine. If you don't want it, that's absolutely fine.
What was the other one? Oh, braces of defense.
Braces
but I have
of defense.
to not be wearing armor, correct?
You can mage arm. Oh no, you don't. I haven't got that anymore.
With all those spells.
What? It increases your AC by 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, braces of defense while you're wearing no armor.
That would increase my AC by 1. So, yeah,
Yeah, braces of defense.
sure. How much are they? Or wait, are we paying? Huh? Are we paying for this right now?
Hello.
So if dependent on how many items you want, you can get most of it, like on credit instead of the actual gold. You can get the magic
sure,
items
okay.
instead. It's only because Sigismund is commissioning a very specific
Gotcha.
magical item that he needs to pay for it.
Cool.
And they will only start making it after they know he's alive, after they've completed the job.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because braces of defense they can sell to anyone. A thunder loot or whatever you're commissioning is very specific, so that's a different thing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, anything that's got spells already stored in it.
You spells. There are a couple of wands. Wand of magic missiles. Wand of magic missiles is presented to you. Not a spell, but a deck of illusions is also presented to you. A deck that you pull a card, roll a dice, and if you throw the card, there is a major image of that creature.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want the illusions.
Cool. Cool. Deck of illusions.
Pure fuckery.
Yeah.
Pure fuckery.
Pure fuckery, yeah.
Aye.
Willow.
Rest in peace, Quinn.
Anything druidic?
You are also shown over to Talaga, and they
Here's your dad.
they I can't read. There we are. They present to you a small stone with a beautiful spiraling filigree on it. This is a survivalist's stone. It's an uncommon item, and once per day, you can cast the following spells without expending a spell slot each. Cure Wounds, Good Berry, Long Strider, Find Traps, Pass Without a Trace.
That's sick.
You get one of those spells a day.
One
Okay.
of them. Oh, okay.
But that's
As you get one Cure
really
Wounds,
good.
one Good Berry,
One of
one Long
each.
Strider, one Find Traps, and Pass Without a Trace. They're very situational spells.
That's incredible,
They're very
though.
situational
That's
spells.
so good for
and
travel.
you can't upcast them, so it'll be a
No,
level
but
1
that's
Cure
great.
Wounds, but
Dope.
my
you've
God,
got that.
that's sick.
There is also a... he brings out a beautiful, what looks to be tiara, but it is made out of polished and sanded roots or branches that twist and wind over each other. This is a diadem of the woodlands.
Oh, sick.
It functions as a staff of the woodlands, but it's a diadem that you can actually wear.
Holy
No, staff of the woodlands.
She's a princess.
She can awaken shit now.
she's a pretty princess.
She's a princess of the woods.
Yes.
Thorns.
So you've got the spells, animal friendship, awaken, bark skin, etc., that you can cast with the charges. And if you have to use an action to physically place the diadem down onto the ground instead of sticking it into the ground. But then the roots twist and dig into the earth, and a tree will form as well. So there's the diadem of the woodlands.
Go tree diadem. That'd be so cool.
Tree, I choose you.
So sorry, I'm
choose you.
flicking through a
we're
million and
buying
one tabs.
everything.
What
Everything.
else have
all
we
of
got?
it. Give me it all. She says with too much.
I was going to say, you don't get nothing.
I got him for free. Well, no, I did have to sell my soul.
No money.
Let's just say you don't pay with money.
Yes. Okay.
What?
I meant your soul.
Tony,
Hello.
do you ask for anything in particular?
I wasn't done.
You're not done. I'm so
No.
sorry. Keep going.
Well, I don't know. This might be
Go.
The boring stuff. It's just like components. Am I doing that now? Or am I doing that in a second?
I'll come to components in a moment.
Okay.
I'll do the big magic heightened stuff, and then we'll do
Yeah.
components
Okay.
as well. Tony.
Hello. I would be after anything. Again, like protection-y vibe.
Protection vibes.
I think. I don't know. Do you want me to just like hit you with some stuff that I don't know? But I don't know if they would because something's
Okay.
super religious, and
Hit-
I'm like, would they even have that?
Religion, less so.
Yeah.
Healing, however,
Yeah.
they've got.
Anything protectory.
The group is presented with 2 amulets of health. There are 10 basic healing potions, 6 greater healing potions, 3 superior healing potions, and there are 2 supreme healing potions. The basic is 50 gold, the greater is 235, the superior is 2.2 thousand gold, and the supreme is 20,000 gold.
Jeez, Lou.
Can I ask you a question about amulets?
Yes.
Are they worn as a necklace?
They are worn as a necklace.
That's fine, that's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah, the amulet of. What?
Amulet of health basically sets your con to 19.
I might be a little bit interested.
Yeah.
Have I missed anything?
And like the
I'll get
plus
to
1
that.
shield sounds great, but like I like my shield. You know? I like my moon shield, so like can they I don't know, like
They could plus 1 shield they can enchant. Let me just double check the rarity on that.
you know? Stay on
I
brand.
could just take major image and cast it on that shield every day, make it look like your shield.
Sadie, can you just
Seeming,
make
yeah.
it look like a moon?
No.
That's a
No, she can't.
Can't do anything.
Yeah,
The deck thing.
It's a
Okay.
random thing that I throw
Oh, is
out.
it? Random.
Yeah, and they're
Yeah.
all monsters, right? Or
Random shit.
random shit, yeah. A
That
pumpkin.
it would be a minimum of 4,000 gold at 125 days. You could expedite that, but it would cost you a lot more.
And how much is the plus 1 shield just to buy right now?
It would be 4,000 gold. 7,000 gold.
And how much is the amulet of health?
The Amulet of Health. There are 2 of them. 16.6 thousand gold apiece.
Whoa!
You are also presented with a set of gloves with similar spiraling patterns as the Survivalist Stone. These are gloves of healing. They essentially function as a staff of healing.
Cool.
Damn.
You, I'm so sorry, are also presented with Cloak of Useful Items. The cloak has 11 extra patches on it.
I love the Cloak of Useful Items. It's so fun.
I thought you were being like really sarcastic, like
No,
just because
genuine.
of like the cloak of the. Oh my god, yeah.
Yep.
Anyway,
It's like who's got one? Doesn't matter. Mention 20 stuff.
There are some magic items that you are being asked to test as well.
oh shit.
The diadem is one that you are being asked to test, as is the survivalist stone.
This is like in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, where it's Chris, where they get given
Where
the
they
shit.
choose their stuff.
Western, yeah.
And Susan's like, I'll have the bow.
At one point, Cricket, you are still at the Bullywugs table. Abananza asks them to bring out their finest work. That's all they say. Out of the box, they pull what at first looks like a piece of fabric, but it is translucent. And as they move it, this fine mist of water comes off it.
I know what.
You are presented with what they name very crudely an aquatic skin covering. This is a rare item that requires attunement by a creature that requires water to survive.
Oh my god. Oh my
Sick.
god.
Whilst attuned to this item, a creature does not need to bathe or come into contact with any other forms of water to prevent taking points of exhaustion.
Aw.
You also gain resistance to acid damage. The item holds 3 charges. You can expend a charge to cast Misty Step as a bonus action on your turn. It regains all charges on a long rest. If you take fire damage of any kind, all effects of this item are suppressed for 1 hour.
Ooh.
Okay, that's risky.
Interesting.
This is one of the items they are specifically asking you to test. The diadem as well, and there are some other items that I am going to bring up in just a moment. There is a lot being presented to
What's the
you.
watery thing called, sorry?
They just call it an aquatic skin covering.
Yawn.
I know.
Call it like a...
Jack's aquatic skin.
Jack Quatic.
Fletcher's aquatic skin
Jack
covering.
Quatic
skin
I'm...
covering.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
no.
Abanandra, can I... Oh, sorry. Are we... Can I... Oh, fuck me.
No,
Still
go
don't
on,
know.
go on.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes?
You know the big stone people outside?
Yes.
You know their little chess piece?
The Nullstones, yes.
Yeah, do you reckon you could get me a sliver of it and I could just stick it on the bottom of my knife? I just want to bash people over the head and...
It would require an orichalcum guard. That is an enchanted dagger, yes?
Yeah, it's yeah.
Yes.
Well, it hurts magic people.
Yes, wonderful. Yes, we would need to do a little bit of work on that. That should not be too complicated. We can do that for you. Yes,
that'd be all right.
A null pommel. All right.
I'll leave it with you.
Yes, if you could. That should take maybe I'll speak to Dardoli, see if they can't get that sorted.
That'd be
but
cool.
yes,
That'd be cool.
a null pommel is a small black marble that can be set into the handle of a melee weapon. It takes 10 minutes to attach or unattach the pommel. Once the null pommel is attached to the weapon, the magic item can be used. It has 3 charges. It regains 1d2 charges on a long rest. When you make an attack roll, you can forgo the damage of the attack to instead expend a charge if the attack hits. When you do so, you cast the Dispel magic spell on the target. You are still required to make any spell casting checks. I'll give you the finer details later.
Fuck me, Abanandra.
Maybe when we are alone. But we do also, if you are looking at anti-magic stuff specifically, let me bring you over to Dodolis. They have invented something that I think might be of interest to you. Okay. The drow takes out a
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you too. They bring out a small, very delicate looking mechanical device. And it is made of the same goldish metal with green flecks that you recognize to be now orichalcum. This inhibiting metal. On the top, there is a clockwork mechanism inside a metal guard. And they twist a turnkey, and the gears, and then the whole mechanism clicks, and parts of the metal shielding, and out of 4 gaps, you can see this dark energy that is drawing in from all angles, and you can see that there is a nullstone set in a small bracket holding it in place. Basically, this functions as for want of a better word, an anti-magic grenade.
Cool.
You spend an
Holy
action
shit.
to crank the mechanism and roll a d4. You throw it to a point within 30 feet, and within 5 feet of that space, everything will be affected by the anti-magic spell for that 1d4 worth of rounds. After that, the shields reclose, and it can't be used again until the next dawn.
Dawn.
Okay.
That's so cool.
That's awesome.
The holy hand grenade of
You
Antioch.
are incredible. Can I just say that's amazing.
Thank you very much.
I love magic, but I also hate magic, and that's perfect.
It is a tricky mistress to contend with.
I don't even try, but you're very clever.
Thank you. Is there anything? Sorry. As I go, let me get everything out now. You are also presented with how many of these are there? That's the wrong tab. I'm so sorry. I'm flicking through so many different tabs. Bear with me 1 second.
Quite all right, yeah. I mean, I'm definitely enchanted.
You are presented with 6 small glass vials. They are stoppered as if a potion, but sealed. They don't look drinkable. These small round flasks, and within you can see that there is a very small amount of off whitish liquid, like almost a greenish tinge to it, and at the very top where there is a little bit of air, you can see it is filled with smoke. These are introduced to you as vials of ether fumes. If you throw this at a point within 30 feet, the vial will shatter, and a creature that inhales the fumes within 5 feet will receive 1d4 hit points.
Oh.
It is basically healing word in potion form.
Cool.
You are excused.
You must leave.
That is most of what they present to you, unless you ask for anything specific.
Do they have a headband of intellect?
They can get you one. A headband of intellect. Bear with me 1 second.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so cool. I thought you were just. Can I have some running shoes of October?
Headband of intellect will take
Intelligence to 19.
your intelligence to 19. Bear with me 1 second whilst I work out how long. This won't take them long to enchant. No, that's not what I want. Go back. Go back. Go back. Ah! I believe this will take them 2 days to enchant.
Okay.
Do they have giant cloud? Fucking wow.
When are they expecting us to go? Immediately.
As soon as you can.
Okay.
They expect you to leave pretty much as soon as you've signed the contracts. They don't expect you back within a certain amount of time. They don't want to put a time constraint on this, and you know that this contract will be exclusive to you via the recommendation of the Arcanist. You know it's going to take you a couple of weeks to get to the Grey Plains and towards Black Valley. So leaving deadline pretty much in the next day, maybe 2 if you're looking at picking up a couple of extra magic items. Coming back at your discretion. They would rather you take a couple more days and actually get this done and they get what they want.
Cool.
The headband of intellect. Bear with me just 1 second. Yeah, 2.5 days.
Okay. Cool.
I'm just going to throw something out there. A guardian emblem.
Guardian emblem, they do not have. Am I
didn't think
thinking
they
of the
would,
right
'cause
thing?
It's a religious thing.
They do, yeah, no, they do not have a guardian. That is not something that they would produce.
Just got to murder stuff.
Okay, well.
I mean, if we're talking about improving stats, anything that
Just kill Willow.
anything that might boost strength.
Tavern will give you one straight.
Although I suppose the boots
Strength.
might do that
Oh,
anyway.
What's the
I've
dwarven
not
belt?
run you through what the boots do, so let me
Do you
quickly
have
give
gauntlets
you
of hill giant strength?
Boots of Giant
Strength of 23.
Stature. The Boots of Giant Stature are an uncommon magic item that requires attunement. The boot holds 3 charges. As a bonus action, you can expend a charge and activate the runes. You grow 1 size larger, as if under the effects of the enlarge reduce spell. So you will gain advantage on strength checks. You'll get a d4 to your melee attacks. Whilst enlarged in this way, you gain temporary hit points equal to your level. And whilst attuned to these boots, you also know Giant.
Nice.
Cool.
Okay. Cool.
Should we go back to that pillar?
But it doesn't. Yeah.
It's only like 3 or 4 Lexinons.
Every
Actually, no,
fucking-
to be fair, now you've got Windwalk, it might take you a week.
yeah, let's go check that out.
Cool, but it does nothing for strength, right? Okay.
Other than the fact that you will be having enlarge reduce cast upon yourself, so you will have just advantage on strength.
Yeah.
But it won't affect your strength.
You get that
stat.
from raging anyway,
Yeah.
right?
But you
Yeah.
do get that from raging.
Yeah.
And you'll get the extra
Extra
damage.
D4.
Extra D4. Yeah. Cool. I'm
FYI,
pretty chill with that.
you can still cast enlarge on an enlarged creature because it enlarges.
We can stack?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think it's one of the only spells that you can stack because it affects you for a different size category.
Dude, could you make me gargantuan?
No.
No way. I'm medium, so
You
I
go
would
to
use the boots to
large,
go large, and
then I
then
go to
you
huge.
And then I can cast it on you and make you go to Gargantuan.
Gargantuan.
Is Gargantuan after huge?
Biggie, siggy.
That's like the limit.
Damn.
Oh my
Huge.
god. At some point in this
Huge.
campaign, I want to be gargantuan. Anyway, continue.
What were you looking for, Sigismund?
I was just asking if they've got anything to improve my strength stat, but no biggie.
Strength stat.
Like a dwarven, what is it, belt of dwarven kind? Is that a thing?
I don't think that improves your strength.
Is it not?
Let me have a look.
Have a look.
Yeah, I
Have
can't
a
remember what that is.
look.
Maybe it's con.
I think
Oh,
it
is that
might
con?
be con.
Yeah. I mean, con would also
Come
be
on.
good.
Come on. The amulets of health are what you're looking for con.
Right.
And there's two. There's only 2 of those.
I want one.
So you've got to split that. You've got to fight amongst yourselves for that.
I've got loads of hit points. You guys take them. It's fine.
But don't you
to
get
be fair,
80
though-
from your con though? Isn't that a
Yeah.
barbarian
There
thing?
are 2. There are 2 of
is
them.
it?
Yes.
Your whole
Oh,
AC is
shit,
based on
son.
your
Also,
con.
like,
It's a good thing.
That
I'm not
would improve
bothered,
my AC
but it
then.
is the, like, probably what I'm gonna get.
But also, I'm thinking about spending 17,000 gold on my boots.
This is this is what you're being presented with
Stock up, maybe.
now. You've got an extra 75,000 plus potentially extra if you can find it to come back, so you can buy more afterwards if you want. You can put in orders, and like with Sigismund and his loot, once you say jobs are good and we're coming back, they will then start producing those items for you.
Cool.
Should we quickly do a rundown of costs?
Yes. So, without the I'm going to give you the raw cost without any discounts or anything like that. Sigismund.
Yes.
Fuck, it's a 50% discount, yo.
Not 50% discount. You're getting 50% of your paycheck up front.
I completely understand.
They're not going to give you that. They are going to knock some money off.
Why did I get... Doesn't matter.
You're quite all right, don't worry. You go excited, that's all good.
How much?
Sigismund. The boots of giant stature are 2.25k.
Million.
What else did you want?
Okay, you mean gold?
Gold.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is all in gold. Yes.
Yeah.
Excuse my dyslexic.
No. You're all good.
boots are 2.25.
250 gold.
Loot, enchanted, 17.
17,000. That's going to have to be paid up front.
Yeah.
We're all gonna.
I don't have
split,
17k
like,
up
healing
front.
Potions, diamonds. Yeah.
Can do.
How much do I have? No.
This means this fight is going to be hard.
And
Yeah, it's gonna be 4 of
maybe
us.
if it's chill with you guys, I might plump for one of them amulets of health.
One of the amulets of health is 16,600 gold.
Yo.
That one you can get on credit, however, as part of the 50%. It's the loot that you can't.
Right.
So write down everything individually, but star the loot that is
That's needs to be paid for.
extenuating circumstances.
Yeah. Okay. And the amulet was how much? Sorry, 16.
16,600.
16.
Cricket.
Yes, if you could talk me through the 3 bows,
Yes.
the quiver, the arrow,
The-
the knife, the skin, and the grenade, and the pommel. Just talk me through.
The everlasting arrow, 215 gold. There's only one of those.
Okay, yeah.
The quiver, 2,360.
Yeah.
The whittling knife, 2,150.
Fuck me. Sound. Okay.
The pommel. I'm so sorry, I haven't written that one down. Bear with me one
Your
second.
grand, I
The
literally
pommel
asked you for it out of the blue.
will be. Shh, stop it. Quick maths. This is why I've got the tab up. Uncommon 500.
I don't know if it's worth it. I have my stuff now.
1,350 for the null pommel.
1,350. Okay, kill it.
The anti-magic grenade,
Yeah.
which is called the null charge. Sorry, I realised I didn't give you the name. The null charge is 3,700.
But that's on tick because they want me to try it out.
Yeah, you can get that as credit. Now, anything that they are asking you to test, you can buy at the end of your quest if you like it.
If we enjoy
If
it.
not, you'll be asked to give it back.
That sound.
Okay. Was there anything else?
Sorry, the skin.
And the skin,
I would like to buy skin.
19,500 gold. That is a very unique item. It's very specific, and so it comes with a greater price tag.
No, that sound. That's
But
Right.
it has very specific benefits. Sadie. The Cloak of Useful Items, 970 gold. The Deck of Illusions, 1,580 gold. What else were you looking for?
Headband of intellect.
Headband of Intellect, you'll need to pick up in a couple of days. That will be...
It won't affect any of my stats right now. But
Will it not?
No, but it is. But it's cool though.
What is your intelligence at?
18, so it won't increase my.
It'll
stats.
bump you up 1
I
point,
know.
but I
But it
will
means
also...
in the future.
I will
it'll
also
only-
note that if you, let's say you're at 18 and you take an assay and you bump it to 20, it won't go from 19 to 21 because
yeah.
the headband of intellect only goes to 19.
That's fine, but it means I don't have to. I could use a feat.
Yeah,
to increase my
yeah.
intelligence by
So
one.
it's up to you. I just wanted to clarify.
Wait, what?
If you did it by 1, it would just stay at 19 because it just puts your intelligence to 19.
Oh, so either. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe. it's
Does
not.
that make sense? So
Yeah.
your base is 18, and an assay would put your base to 19. Your base at 19 with the headband of intellect then wouldn't move.
Okay, cool. Well, then I'm not gonna get that.
No problem at all. Just wanted to clarify that.
There was the braces of defense.
Braces of defense. Yes, indeedy. They are going to cost you. So sorry, while I just do a very quick calculation.
It's conversion rates. I don't know how to do platinum and gold together.
There were so many potions as well.
Yeah. So, how much?
They will be 15,000 gold.
Okay. That's a maybe. Then there's the cloak of protection, but I know I can't wear that as well as the robe of useful items.
You
so I have to
cannot.
choose
So
between-
it'd be changed.
How much was that?
So I think it's a +1.
The
+1 to AC
'Cause I
and
have
then
it.
to saves. as well.
yes, it's +1 to AC and saves, and you can still wear armor with that. That would be less expensive than the braces. That will be 4,325.
Okay. Do they have rings of evasion? If we're coming up against a dragon.
Rings of evasion.
Because I'm clumsy AF.
Yes, rings of evasion. Bear with me 1 second whilst I get you the cost.
I feel like we should have some like shopping channel music on in the background.
do. I don't know why I went there, but here we are.
Stop.
Yeah.
Copyright.
Ring of evasion. Yeah. Sorry, bear with me 1 second.
Anyone's played? Damn it! No one's played Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess, right?
Me.
Oh, I've
Yeah,
played
you
it.
know that shop that you go in where it's like.
Ha, yes. Incredible.
That's what I've got in my head.
That will be 7,300.
Okay. Cool.
Is that you?
I think so. 7,300.
Yarsh.
Cool.
Willow.
Gloves of healing.
Gloves of healing, 14,150.
The diadem.
25,500.
Cool. And then there'll be componenty things. Cool. Done.
Sweet.
You hate
Doth
this so
perchance
much.
have adamantine breastplate?
No, they do not have an adamantine
That's
breastplate
fine.
here.
Just amulet of health potentially then, which is
The other amulet of health is
16,600.
16,600.
Right, that's all I want, and then get maybe, and then diamonds and potions and stuff.
Diamonds and potions I can do now, and then components we'll do in a bit.
Okay.
There is up to 10 basic potions.
Do we
at
just
50
want them all? Do we just want to buy every single one?
Yeah, we can go.
Can't
Yeah,
buy
I don't know.
Extreme healing.
I
Fucking
can't
hell, it's
afford.
like
I'm not gonna buy
20K.
any potions.
the
I will buy
Well, to
one.
be fair, we have a lot,
potion of
'cause
grace.
bought quite a lot.
Kendall, write these down so you've got the info, and then you can make a decision.
Yeah.
There's 10 potions of healing basic,
Yep.
50 gold.
Yeah.
6 greater, 235 gold.
Yeah.
3 superior, 2,200 gold. 2 supreme, 20,000 gold.
Shit, son.
They're very
Obviously,
rare.
we can't get them.
For 2d4. No, I'm joking.
I'd like
The
6.
vials of ether fumes, there are 6 of them. They're 200 gold apiece.
Oh. I think we should get a few of those.
Okay. I think we need to just discuss that as a group, so we'll do that
Yeah,
at some
yeah.
point and
Yeah.
then sort it out.
Yeah. That's fine.
Do they have a crystal ball worth 1,000 gold?
A crystal ball worth 1,000
Yeah.
gold, easily. Yes.
I'll get one of them. And then I want a gem bowl worth 1,000 gold.
They have one of those.
One of
Do you
those.
want more than one?
Yeah, I'll get more made.
How many?
Is it going to be 1,000 gold for each one?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Then another 4.
4. They'll be able to do you 2 in the next day.
Cool. I'll get 3 then. In total.
And then they will hold off on the commission until you come back. Once you send that message, they'll commission you 2 more.
Cool. So I can do 3,000 gold for 3.
Yes, for 3.
And I can get 1 at the end of tomorrow.
You can get 1 today and 2 tomorrow.
2 extra, yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
How long will the pommel take to make?
You'll be able to get that tomorrow as well.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, I just don't know if it's
Okay.
worth it.
I think I've decided what I'm going to do.
The amulet.
Shall we? Oh, it doesn't matter.
And
I tell you what.
diamonds later? Or diamonds...
Diamonds later?
Or diamonds now?
No. Let's do diamonds. Let's do diamonds now.
Okay.
I'll give you the whole thing. So how many diamonds do you want?
Don't know. However many. I would like some... Let me check how many we have. You have 1, and I have 2. So, I don't know. I would like a 500 piece one as well, if there is one. 500
Yep.
gold piece.
There's 1 of those.
Just 1, okay.
That's a good one.
That was a crazy.
How many diamonds do they have? 300 gold ones.
300 gold. 3.
We'll take the lot.
Yeah, okay. So 300 gold pieces a piece.
Yeah.
Write it all down, and then what I think we'll do is we'll break. You can
Yeah,
discuss.
also that. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
we will
Wise.
make the purchase.
How much for Abananza's crest?
I'm afraid that is not for sale, my
This is
friend.
worth 9,000 gold. It's a family heirloom.
So what you're saying is, I can get it for free if I'm quick enough.
Quick.
I just
Wait,
want a
wait.
little trophy. That's it. Doesn't matter.
What?
Anything else?
I would like a robe of the Archmagi.
Yeah, absolutely. They actually give that to you for free.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't fucking use it.
No, they fucking don't. Is there anything else anyone wants to inquire about enchanting? Happy?
Yeah.
Then I think.
Sorry.
No.
I'll talk to you in the break.
No.
Talk to you in the break.
You sure?
I just want some of those bracelets that they've got.
The sending stone bracelets,
Yeah.
they will have to specifically make for you, so they won't make that until you're coming back.
Okay.
That will be another specific item because they only make that for the academy. So to make it specifically for you 5, that's a very specific item. So that'll be on the way back as well. So note that down.
Okay.
Mad, Jack. You've blown my mind with some of this
Madness.
stuff.
Yes, I tell you what, I think that is the perfect opportunity. We'll have a break. You can think, we'll make the purchase, and then we'll carry on after the break. Yeah?
Beautiful, beautiful.
Perfect. Well, with that being said, we will see you in a couple of minutes. Bye. And welcome back.
And welcome, Jack.
Dawn Takers, your decisions have been made.
Votes
And
been counted
so,
there.
for the keepers at home, we'll go around and we'll say what you are buying and how much you're spending. Dewi looks very studious, so we're going to start on this side for once.
Hello.
Kendall, what are you buying?
I am going to borrow
Yep.
their +1 shield.
Yep.
And then for this mission, and then I'm going to get my moon shield enchanted
Yeah.
when I get back.
And you're going to place down a deposit of 3.5 grand for
Yep.
that.
And other than that, healing potions, diamonds,
Yes.
diamond dust.
So I will get to that in
All
just
that.
I will do all my little amendments at the end. Yes.
That's me.
Wonderful. Willow.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi. I'll test out the diadem.
Yes, indeedy.
I'm going to buy the gloves of healing.
Yes, indeedy.
And I'm going to buy the crystal ball.
Yes.
Um,
That is ball like sphere, isn't it? Not bowl. It's yeah,
You're getting
ball.
some
Yeah,
bowls,
sweet. Cool. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Sadie.
Cloak of protection, deck of illusions, robe of useful items, ring of evasion.
Beautiful.
Whoa.
Beautiful.
Pew pew pew.
I would like to buy the quiver of everlasting shot, an unbreakable arrow, Fletcher's whittling tons of fun knife.
Yep.
I'm gonna get the aquatic
aquatic skin,
the
yep.
aquatic skin covering as a little have a go.
Yeah.
The null charge grenade.
Yeah.
As a go. I'm gonna buy the pommel, and I'm gonna take the amulet of health. But just as you're doing my pommel, could you put that on a little hat buckle instead, so I can have my?
Yes, I'm sure we can modify that. That we will be fine.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
And I'm spending 22,675 gold.
Holy shit.
I
Hello.
buy things, stuff and things.
I buy things.
I will take no money from this endeavor, and instead I will
From
have
this man.
boots of giant stature, the other amulet of health.
bro.
I will have my loot enchanted,
Yeah.
please, to do elemental damage.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have them make it a lightning.
Lightning damage.
Lightning loot.
Your lightning loot. Gonna be like Jack Black on steroids.
Anyway, lovely.
yeah,
Fantastic. In addition to this, you are also getting potions and
10
spell components.
Yes.
You're getting 10 basic healing potions. You're getting the 6 vials of ether fumes, and then you're getting like diamonds and diamonds dust, which we have denoted below. With the
And bowls.
and
Bowls.
and bowls,
Crusty
and,
bowls.
and crusty bowls.
Crusty bowls.
With the discount that Oknanut had arranged for you, you basically get the spell components and the potions for free.
Great guy.
So that's all dealt with. I believe that is all the costs of all of the magic items.
Yes.
Oh, thanks so, Jack.
Wonderful. A couple of addendums to this quest.
Yes.
You are testing out some of the magic items.
Yes.
Thus, they do want you to do a proper on-the-ground field test for as many days as possible.
Yes.
Which means that they discourage you from wind walking. They are encouraging you to physically walk to Black Valley.
Yes.
So it's going to take some time.
I will take it.
One does not simply walk to Black Valley.
On this, they do also present you with 2 more magic items.
Dun,
They
dun, dun.
present you with a satchel of preservation and a vial
Triggered.
of preservation.
Oh, God, I
Okay.
don't like the sound.
These are extra dimensional storage vessels.
The vial?
Like the vial as
For
well.
blood and
That's
stuff, right?
Like the bag of holding. But whereas in the bag of holding, there is no air, but air can get in and out. But for want of mechanics, basically nothing rots. The satchel and the vial of preservation magically preserves any organic matter placed into it the instant that it is, so it cannot deteriorate in any way. It's magically preserved so that should something deteriorate in under a minute, for instance, it is preserved from the moment you put it in.
Nice.
Who wants to keep hold of those things?
What happens to organic matter that's in the bag of holding?
It doesn't decay over time, as in like it doesn't rot, but if something can decay without the presence of air, it's like the bag of holding just a step up. It magically preserves it with intent instead of just as a byproduct of there not being much air in there.
I'll check on
basically-
Stuffy's ear later.
Yeah.
Basically-
Stuffy's ear will be okay, but you could also put Stuffy's ear in the satchel of preservation.
Wow.
Who wants to keep hold of them then? Both of them? Go on then.
Yes, I will.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Siggy immediately puts his hand in the satchel, just like. Let's see what the big deal is about.
Wonderful. You are given your magic items. Modicum of coin is exchanged. The final thing that is said, Oknanut turns to you and says, well, Dawn Takers, thank you very much for this, and we look forward to your return. Tomorrow, all that is left for you to do is visit somebody in the balcony district to acquire the formal contract. Give him this, and extends a writ, hands it to you, Willow. This will inform him that I have sent you, you come under my recommendation, and the recommendation of the Academy. You will be going to see Malia Coplin.
That name rings a bell.
Yeah.
Everybody make me a history
Is she
check.
one of the Crucible?
Oh, probably.
Sadie, do so at advantage.
Malia Coplin.
Marliur
Oops.
Koplin.
I got a 6. Yeah.
Okay.
History. What? It's trivia with Tony.
I got 21.
That's a 24.
I got 2.
Nice. Cool.
Less than that. 16.
16 is still enough. You three remember that Malia Coplin was the elf that Agaris met and put him into the Icons of Valor.
Oh, dang.
Malia Coplin is the person that sent the Icons of Valor up to the Grey Plains. They are the individual that deals with all of the formal contracts for the Monarch's Ring.
Oh, okay. Right.
So you will need to go and visit him tomorrow to get the formal contract and sign for it. But with that, Dawn Takers, your magic items are all acquired. Your job has been set. You can now leave the academy and go back to the tavern or do anything else. So, what would you like to do?
Shall we go back?
I'm so sorry. Did we ask about the sending stone bracelets? Do we want to do that?
Yes,
Are we fussed?
those are going to be commissioned on the way back.
Okay, right, yeah, cool. Yep. Yep, we could.
It's quite late, isn't it?
It is now after all of this. I mean, this hasn't taken you too long. It's taken you maybe an extra hour of time, but evening has fallen. The sky is dark.
Dusk.
Oh no.
Dusk Takers.
Quite like that, actually. Yeah, sure. Why don't we go get a drink and we'll talk about this little job situation that we got to do.
Yeah, dragon. Fuck.
A dragon. Well, potentially, maybe. We're assuming.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Good evening, Dawn Takers. Thank you very much.
Oh,
and the
who is
students
that?
wave.
Thank you both
Bye.
very much. And please look after this.
We will.
It belonged to my father.
And my shield, please.
And my axe. Sorry, couldn't resist.
And you exit out of the Royal Artificery. You are now back outside the academy grounds. There is beautiful, warm, soft lighting that occasionally illuminates parts of the campus. You can see that there are many spotlights that are shining out of the windows of many of the different towers. It is this beautiful, looks to be almost like a gem encrusted structure at this point.
To our tavern.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
To the tavern.
You head straight back over to the King's Watch. Takes about another 30, 40 minutes.
All the shops are closed, aren't they? On the way back.
At this point, pretty much all the shops are closed. Are you looking for anything specific?
Do we go past any, like, markets or greengrocers or anything that looks like that?
No, they will be closed by this hour. You can try again tomorrow, though. You know that the King's Watch Tavern is in the West Market District.
I'll just sidle up to Willow real quick. I promise you a pumpkin.
Yeah, but you don't have to. There's no time limit.
Okay, as long as you know you're getting one.
We'll have to see.
I'll get one now if you want.
No,
but
no.
I don't want to be wanted again.
No,
Again.
No.
Again.
And again.
Okay, tomorrow. Pumpkin.
Okay. All right.
All right. Okay. Just as we walk.
No worries. Eventually, you return to the King's Watch Tavern and you enter in. You are staying up to discuss the job. Was that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You find a table situated off to the side as it is very busy, and you have to sort of like beg, borrow, and steal a couple of chairs from different places, but you eventually manage to gather around. Who goes and gets drinks? Siggy?
No questions asked.
Yeah, no, fair.
Problemo. Howdy. It's me, Boulder. Remember? I did the song.
There is
I've never met you before.
there's a different bartender here today.
God damn it. I did a song yesterday. Can I have some drinks, please?
As you walk over, you see this female human, warm white skin, dark red hair, in a tight plaited updo. But she's wearing the same sort of attire that you've seen the other bartenders wear. As you approach, she looks over,
Howdy.
beckons you over.
Hi.
Good evening. Someone was in here before.
Oh.
Dwarf
Oh.
by the name of Oak Barrel left this for you, and slides over a small square of parchment.
Okay. I will nod, tuck it in my jerkin, take the drinks back over to the table. Was that what's her face? No, it wasn't. Just checking.
Totally
Didn't
different
want to be
city.
rude.
Totally
That's
different
all.
city.
Are we in a different? Oh my fucking god!
All these taverns
So
are blending
sorry.
together.
So sorry. No, wait. I meant.
No, with the girl that you slept with.
Yes.
No, it's not her then.
She-
No,
It
no,
wasn't
this was
working.
a bar. This was one of the bartenders.
Right.
That was the
I'm with
person keeping bar in the tavern tonight.
Yes.
Different person entirely,
person.
but she seemed to notice you specifically and beckon you over.
Okay. Cool. Here we go, guys. I got a note.
On the note,
You read it real quick. On the DL.
the chef wants to see you
Oh, you
tonight. DAR.
DAL.
do not
DAL.
destroy after reading.
Destroy after reading.
And Siggy takes a moment. He's like, DAL.
D-
Oh.
Okay. Oh.
Oh, that's not edible.
Wash it down with some of that.
You have to take it out, start tearing it into smaller pieces, and just.
Yeah, this is not like papers. This is like vellum.
It's like old school poisonous ink as well.
So we got to go there.
Why?
I don't.
I'm assuming it's like us, but not. Well, or is it just me? Now that
I know you can ask if you want.
Last time we did, do you remember with Alvy and Babs, and we had the same situation where they gave us a note and then one of us went and they actually meant all of us. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll go.
But I'm just. Did you hear back from? Do I know that you messaged the Iron Inquisitor, Dewi? I can't remember.
I messaged Oak Barrel about the Iron Inquisitor,
Right.
And I asked him, can he be trusted?
I can't remember.
And Oak Barrel was like, yeah.
Okay. Maybe.
Yeah,
It's
so
about
no,
that.
and I did tell you guys that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's about that. I don't know. I might be
yeah,
fucked.
probably.
I might have to not be here.
Maybe he's got something else to say. Either way, I think we all go. So I don't want to split us up again.
Right. Do we want to go now or?
Well, it said tonight. Better late than never. I mean, no, what's the expression?
Sooner rather than.
Sooner rather than later, yeah.
Yeah.
Or we could take a moment. We do need to think about this job anyway. I know we're doing it, but I thought perhaps it might be worth our while researching dragons and what kind of things they can do and see if there's anything we can find on the Blightlands to prepare ourselves.
We've not accepted the job yet. We
got all this fancy new stuff. I assumed we were gonna go for it. Make a really cool story.
How do you feel about dragons?
I think they're one of the most beautiful and magical creatures to have ever existed. Scary, too.
No, I mean, how do you feel about taking on a dragon?
Personally, not great, but with you guys, not as bad.
Insight check.
Make me a deception or persuasion check, Sadie.
24.
Are you still minus a D8?
6.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
You did tell me that she wasn't feeling.
Yes, I did, didn't I?
Yeah, I'm fucking terrified. But yeah, let's do it. It's a lot of money. Why wouldn't we?
I mean, last time we went to the Blightlands, it was
It was
pretty rough.
Yeah, it was an eldritch nightmare, I think, is the appropriate expression. But nothing we couldn't handle, right?
Mm-hmm.
As long as we stick together, and now we got really cool magic items. I'm going to be biggie siggy. But you know, I know that you're in a difficult situation right now. No? You're happy to go and face a dragon?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Respect. Do you know anything about dragons?
Arcana check.
$22.
Holy shit.
Nice. Nice.
Dragons are one of the oldest magical creatures on the material plane. They are the progenitors of one of the base languages of modern day magic. Draconic is Draconic runes, one of the most fundamental languages in casting magic. The creatures themselves live for cycles upon cycles. And as they age, they accrue more wealth. And with that wealth, they physically manifest greater amounts of power. At a certain point in their life cycle, they become so powerful that they can cast spells without the assistance of magical words and complex rituals like mortal wizards do. They are very strong, and they are very tough to kill. There was an entire cataclysm called the Feud of Giants and Dragons that saw giant kin and dragon kin raise each other to the ground. You're not sure why, but there were mighty battles between giants and dragons. They are never to be trifled with. Yeah. That's the surface knowledge you can remember.
I'll explain.
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
And talk about the difference between metallic and chromatic, the different colors, and the different kinds of damage that they do.
Yeah, easily done. Easily done.
We've handled crazy things before, and we're actually prepared for this. So
I think as you mentioned, like especially the stuff about battles between giants and dragons, Siggy's eyes are just lit up and he's beaming as he looks at his new boots. Oh yeah, this is gonna make a real good story. Wow. Yeah, the only thing I know about dragons is that Galder beat one once. This could be my Galder moment.
1-on-1?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. And then I wouldn't even need the sword to go back to Asheim. I mean, I'm going to find the sword too, but
You don't after we just spent
You mean
a gazillion hours in the
Yeah,
library reading
I'm
books, you
going
don't
to
suddenly
find
go,
the sword.
I don't need it now anymore.
It's fine. I'm going to find
Yeah,
the sword.
okay. That's like us getting to Sadie's. She'd be like, I actually don't need to be at Thrin anymore.
However, Magnus is going to be very jealous. Magnus, he's one of my Dranger.
Yeah.
I told you about him.
Yeah.
before. He's like the big guy, the biggest. Anyway,
But are we actually like? I don't know. It's a big thing.
oh, it's big and scary and terrifying, yes, but we've done big, scary, and terrifying before. We can do it again.
They
Together.
could have asked anyone, and they asked us.
Yeah,
So we must be the best there is.
like no one ever was.
I'm just going to say it. I know we have a lot going on, but this is not going to go well unless we are all on one team. We got a lot of time on the journey, it seems, to work out the odds and ends, but I when we get there and when we... I don't like the Blightlands. We need to have each other's backs.
I have all of your backs.
As do I.
No questions asked.
Me too. Always have.
Yeah, nothing's changed.
Okay, well, let's go kill a dragon.
It might not even be a dragon, you guys. They're just theorizing. Maybe it's just a really big dog.
We can
Yes.
kill a dog.
Or a bear.
It might be a bear.
Might be a bear.
Might be a really big bear.
Yeah. Should we just go see what they want, or
Yes, we should.
and then we can get some rest?
The note said the chef wants to see you.
That's what the
That's
code word
code.
for when we need to go downstairs.
Yeah. Where are we right now?
We're at the King's Watch.
We're at the King's Watch.
Or-
We need to
and
go to the
we're-
cornfield.
The cornfield is where they are.
Yeah,
And we need to ask to see the chef.
that's the one. Okie dokie.
Whilst we're going there, what is y'all's stance on the Crucible and what? I know that Zeal didn't really advocate for them in the best way, but the principle is still to help the poorer people in the country. So
Yeah.
how's it-
I like the principle, but a lot of bad things have been done under the guise of good principles. So, yes, I like the Crucible. I'm worried about Zeal. I'm worried about who's steering the boat. But I don't even really know her. It's just a bad first impression.
I tend to agree. The principles are sound, but I fear that the leader is too blinded by rage to be able to do a good job. I'm curious as to what this Catriona was like. Whether she was any more level-headed than Zeal, I don't know. But I still think we do what we can to help.
there are a lot more families like mine out there that need help.
Yep.
But we can get to that later. Okay.
Sadie, I'm all
was gonna-
for helping families. I just want to make sure we do it the right way.
Yeah. No. I know.
Yeah, I didn't mean to suggest regicide, by the way. That was a mistake. I didn't,
I think you spurred her on.
yeah, no, that's what I'm worried about. Don't want her to go ahead and kill the king on my recommendation. Then I never will live that down.
That'll be a good tale.
Oh yeah, Sigismund Olafsson graduates from murderer to regicide. I'm saying all of this very quietly.
I assumed. You're all good.
Come on, then. I'm hungry.
Yeah, let's go see the chef. And I think we head out to the cornfield.
Pick yourselves back up after finishing your drinks. And you walk through the streets towards the cornfield. It's only a 10-15 minute walk, less so as the streets are getting quieter, lit by light that spills out of windows as you pass. As you go, you do pass a series of iron guard with one of those those stone sentries. Can someone please roll me a D100?
Ooh, should we split it?
I'll do the other half.
Yay! You do the 10, I'll do the 100.
Okay.
40.
7.
47.
That's high for you.
Thank you very much.
I'm a D100.
The Iron Inquisitors nod at you, walk past the sentry. Sort of continues. You head on over to the cornfield. Entering in on that smaller street, the sign still swinging. You can see that motif of corn stalks painted on the wood. Inside is warm. It smells of cooked meats. There is a large amount of tavern goers sat at odd places And there is a hearty chatter to the inside of this place. Who enters in first?
I'll go first.
Give me a perception check, Sigismund.
Shouldn't have been me. Perception is 7. 7.
7. Through the throngs of people, you look around and you start wandering towards the bar, but eventually you do see Harland Oak Barrel is actually tending bar. And so you head over towards him. Do you all follow suit?
Yeah.
I'll just stay super close to Willow.
Okay. Harland clocks you first.
I will show no sign of recognition. And just wander up to the bar. Good evening.
Good evening.
I'd like to see the chef, please.
Yes, you may. Follow me. He beckons you forward and gestures towards the kitchen door. And he allows you to pass. Do the rest of you follow?
Yes.
Who follows next?
Did he seem disappointed to see all of us?
Make me an insight check.
Maybe we were wrong this time. Maybe it was
just
you.
me.
25.
He was surprised that you had showed up and not pleased.
Oh,
Oh.
All of us.
Yeah.
shit.
Okay.
What? Oh.
Who follows Sigismund?
I'll go.
Whoopsie.
Sadie, you approach. We were only looking for one of your companions.
Okay.
Oh no.
Well, you don't really get just one of us.
Sigismund, I'll say that you haven't fully entered into the kitchen. He looks at you.
It's okay, guys. If anything happens, I'll I'll make some noise.
And we'll kill whoever did it, so.
Yeah. Just stay right here.
Thought we weren't dealing with dictators. Alright, and I'll just walk away from the bar.
I thought we weren't splitting up either.
Crick, stay by the bar.
The four of you sit down as close to the bar as you can. You watch Sigismund enter into the kitchen, and Harland follows behind. Sigismund, you are led down a set of steps you are familiar with to that first basement that you found yourself in after emerging from a barrel of vegetable produce. Harland closes the door, descends the steps, and goes over to the same wine rack, grabs the same bottle, twists, and pulls.
I'll head through.
He follows behind, closes the secret door behind you, and gestures for you to walk down the steps.
I do so.
You head down into that secondary secret basement. And you see the majority, if not all, of the people that you saw the last time you were here. You see that white-haired woman with the dapplings of pinks and purples and peach colour on her skin. You note that the colorations on her skin are different than the last time you saw her. You see the curly, dark, red-haired gnome, Eleanor Wheatwhip. You see Iron Inquisitor Carson Grenshire. You see the lizard folk, Thurk. You see the Yuan Ti woman, Clarice. You see the human woman, the dwarf male, and the sort of androgynous-looking elf as well.
So basically everyone that I saw last time.
Basically everyone. They are sat at different points around the basement. Yep. Some of them are on that first level, but very few of them, and they are all sat towards the other end of the balcony. The white-haired woman actually sitting on the balcony, not rail, but for want of a better word, rail, and looking down. You are shown down the steps, and once again you see the yellow-skinned tiefling Zeal sitting at the table.
Good evening.
Good evening, Sir Gismund. Take a seat.
I do so.
You take a seat, and next to Zeal is Eleanor Wheatwhip. Carson Grenshire sits off to Eleanor's right. There is an empty seat to Zeal's left. Harland walks towards Zeal, doesn't take the seat just yet, instead bends down, whispers something in her ear before taking a seat. The rest of the entourage are either looking from the balcony or come down to the steps and gather.
Can I make like a quick insight check on the room?
Yeah.
Like the feeling in the room?
Absolutely. Give me an insight check.
Okay, it's good. It might not be good. 21. It's a +3.
You guys here for the sex thing?
Where do we put our keys?
The energy in the room is subdued. It is lower than before. There was an anticipation last time that is not there. But there is an expectation, an apprehension almost. They are still looking for something. There is an air of trepidation here.
Okay. So,
but everyone seems at ease.
yeah, it doesn't feel like a trap's about to be sprung.
Not that you can tell.
That's an assumption.
But
That's
that
an
is an
assumption.
assumption.
Okay.
Harland whispers something into Zeal's ear and then takes a seat. My apologies. Harland went to the King's Watch looking for you.
Just me? Just me?
Sir Gismund, you seem to be the only one that heard us. You are the only one we expect to help. The rest of your group either said nothing or were vehemently against this. And so, I care for now to only speak to you. To impress upon you the importance of what we want to do here. If you can sway your companions, please, I beg of you, do so. But at this point in time, I see no reason to bring them further into our plans.
Okay.
So, for now, if you would be willing, we would like to talk of rebellion.
Okay. Well, can't say that doesn't sound tempting. And what you have to understand is that my friends and myself, to some degree, are not big fans of violence. And the rebellion sounds violent. I think what we would really like to know is what exactly your plans are. We can't support something that is too amorphous. And if those plans involve, you know, the risking our lives, these good people's lives, I'm not sure there's much I can do to sway my friends. So what do you want to do, Zeal?
I want to see this country freed. And that is where we are going to end today's session. We will see what they want next time.
God. You totally called it. You were like, well, last time one of us went and they wanted all of us. Oh!
She was looking for Sigismund specifically.
So many people are. I'm in such high demand. Oh,
Man,
God.
oh,
Okay.
man.
We shall see.
Thank you very much, Dawn Takers, for your little shopping trip. I will get you all of those magic items. Thank you to you, Sigismund, for following Harland.
Pushing the big red button.
Pushing the big red button. That's what we like to see. Thank you to you at home for watching. Please join us again next week where the players keep...
Sitting in a bar wondering if Siggy's okay.
Yeah. Wrestling with the Crucible over the topic of rebellion. But until then, adventurers, keep on keeping on. Peace and love.
Pew, pew, pew.